Welcome. I'm Analysis Paralysis and I play Magic the Gathering. And I will collaborate with a fellow streamer, GaryT, and we will showcase drafting the hard way. That means that we will not force a lane. We will stay open. We will see which colors are flowing. We will pick the best card out of every pack, quite large. So for me, it will be really educational. And Gary, the way I find him, when I watch his playstyle, he's calm, he's confident, and he's looking for the path to victory. And I will surely be asking him a lot of questions about his thoughts, his thought process, what he's trying to achieve, and how he plans to do it. Let's introduce Gary. Okay, Gary, come on in.
Hi, thanks for having me today. I'm
Yeah,
excited to come here and give my side of things, my input, my ideas about how I draft.
it will be very exciting. And you are so experienced that drafting the hard way is not only possible, it's something you do a lot of, right?
Yes, yeah. I tend to stay pretty open in the first couple packs and then try to figure out what direction I'm headed in. Sometimes it's kind of obvious where you can get started at, but other times it's not. There's many times where I'm in a draft and I'm after pick one or sorry, pack one, and I have multiple cards of each color just because I'm not sure which direction we're headed in yet.
Right. So because for my experience, I try to draft the hard way, but I don't have the nerves for it. So I pivot quickly into a lane, and it will not be the best course of action.
Mm.
Right. But and you end up with decent decks using this method.
Yeah, for the most part, I usually do. With drafting, of course, you want to try to get trophy drafts where you end up getting 7 wins. Um, but if you get at least 3 wins, you're
Hmm.
still netting profit with the gems that you spent and your rewards that you get.
Right.
And then if you get 4 wins, then that's like you only spent 100 gems on a
Yeah.
draft.
Yeah.
And then of course 5 wins, you're netting profit and
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. It's a good deal. Right.
Yeah.
And are there any special considerations to go hard drafting for the Crimson Vow, in your opinion?
Um, whenever you're drafting, I think that it's really hard to try to force things because a lot of times your deck is going to end up weaker because of it.
Right.
Um, there very rarely have I forced any colors.
Yeah.
Um, and that tends to happen sometimes if you open like a bomb rare and pack one, pick one,
Yeah.
and it's 2 colors.
Right.
And then you're like, all right, those are my 2 colors. I'm not going to do anything else.
You
And then you
lock
kind
in.
of look at your draft
Yeah.
and you go back and look at it and you're like, all right, well, if I went this direction, then I would have had all these cards. And
Right. Right.
that
Right.
deck
Right.
would have actually looked better overall than the one that you
Oh.
drafted.
Right. Okay. And because what I read was that Crimson Vow was kind of a kind of balanced set, and there are bombs in many colors, so it's not always right to go like all always force black or something. Like you need to stay open.
Yeah, and Crimson Vow is very like you said. I mean, it is a lot more balanced than
Yeah.
like AFR was.
Yeah.
AFR, it was kind of obvious that Rakdos was a thing in that set, and that forcing it was never a bad thing because there are so many good cards in commons and uncommons. Um, and with Crimson Vow, it's a lot more even in that regard. Another thing that people say about Crimson Vow is that it is a very bomb heavy set, and it is. There's a lot of rares that, as soon as you play it, they just instantly take over the game. Um, but I mean, sometimes that's just how drafts work.
Right. Right. And let's see. Brad here chimes in that well, Crimson Vow is kind of hard to draft or crappy, and but that AFR was worse.
Um, so I've had a lot of fun drafting Crimson Vow actually.
You have okay.
In regards to like the archetypes and stuff.
Mm.
I feel like they're definitely a bit stronger than the AFR was.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, AFR just seemed pretty straightforward though. Like I always wanted Rakdos just because it was so good.
Yeah,
You had all the removal. You had ways to steal your opponent's creatures and sack them,
yeah,
and those were all at like commons. So it was
right.
really
Yeah,
easy to do.
right.
I think Crimson is probably harder to draft just because of all the different archetypes there are. And
Oh, the last part.
the
Crimson is harder to draft because the archetypes.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Personally, I think
Yeah.
so. Um, as like I was saying, it's easy to pick up like a double colored card and then be like, all right, those are gonna be my two colors,
Yeah.
like very early in the draft. You want to try to not do that. You want to try to stay open.
Right.
That way, if you do open that bomb rare in pack two, then you could head that way.
Yeah, I read about that in like what's it called? Limited resources Reddit. They have a subreddit for yeah, spikes who want to draft. I don't remember the name of the subreddit. Could it be limited resources? No. Okay. And they said a strategy that repeats over and over is that people will stay open the whole first pack, and then whatever bomb they find in the second pack will be their lane. So maybe they have one color, and then the second pack will decide uh, where they're going. Have you? Does
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely happened to me before too.
Mm,
Like it's really nice too because whenever you do stay that open,
mhm,
and then you do open that bomb impact too, and
mhm.
you already have cards, some cards that go with that,
Yeah,
and then you just keep seeing other cards come around that go with it because everybody else kind of stayed open as well. That
right.
definitely helps make that
And
stronger deck.
okay, so you're like rewarded for hard drafting instead of forcing a lane. So
Mm,
so it makes sense
yeah.
to that everyone is drafting the hard way. And Brad here says that I felt that Vow was way too bomb reliant, meaning that the bombs were so powerful that once they hit the board, the game was over. Yeah.
With Crimson Vow, I can't agree with that. Now there have been I do have some trophy drafts that have zero rares in them,
Nice.
so it's not like it's not possible. It's difficult, but I mean you can still make a good draft deck without rares.
Yeah,
Um, the some of the rares in the set are extremely powerful and like are the deciding factor sometimes, like Hullbreaker
definitely.
Horror or
The
Dreadfest Stamp Demon and like the one that gives counters and hexproof
right, right,
and
right.
Elena
Oh,
Alana.
the
Yeah.
green guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually drafted the curtain, the revealing curtain, or what you call it, the revealing eye, the curtain, the black that flips,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and uh, and I flipped it and removed a demon from my opponent's hand, and that just felt
Oh yeah.
like a
That
million
feels
bucks.
really good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
felt yeah. Toxtril, demon, Avabruck. There's so many, and right. So, uh, well, you and me, Gary, we started talking yesterday because I tried to make a draft guide. And besides giving me excellent feedback, you wanted me to, well, you gave me the idea that if you want to take your drafting to the next level, you can't just have a general uh, draft strategy. You really need to learn the set that you're trying to draft and find the
Yeah.
key uncommons and commons that you will try to find.
Yeah. I think it's very important that whenever before you start drafting a set, especially whenever the set just come out, right? Everybody is new to the set. Not everybody knows all the cards and stuff. At least take some time before you just dive right into cards that you don't even know what they do or
Mm,
how the system works to go through the list that Wizards themselves shares of all the cards in the set and just get an idea of what the different archetypes and such are. That way you're not super confused when you first get in.
yeah,
You already know what the synergies are and how cards work with one another, and whatever new mechanics that they brought out for that set. I think
right.
it's very important.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, me and Brad have been talking a lot about this as well, and for a novice, you're learning general draft skills and like just having a start is good, but to get take it to the next level, yeah, Brad, you uh, This is one of your main points. Learn the key commons and uncommons because those are the ones you will find in your draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that said, blue white they have spirits, so they want to do things that are probably flying and have come back as enchantments.
Mm,
Rakdos black red they are doing the vampire thing, the tribal. And with the black green, you said that toughness matters. You have really tough creatures. With blue red, spells matter. With blue green, you have graveyard shenanigans and flashback and recursion.
yeah.
And then with
Yeah. And I was just gonna say that like a lot of the cards and stuff that you pick are dependent on those archetypes as well. But of course, in every color, there's going to be cards that go in like every red deck or every black deck,
right,
so
because
on
of
and
their
so forth.
power level, they will
Yeah, just
be
because they're so good. Yeah.
right. And then the black white have the life gain going. The green white have the training going. That we have seen is kind of hard to pull off. Training is not a it's not a very successful archetype, right?
Yeah, training's a pretty hard to get going.
Yeah. Right, and finally, or like, and then we have blue black. They have the exploit mechanic, where they sacrifice a creature to gain some kind of effect or gain. And
Yeah.
then we have the green red wolves, um, and the red white aggro. Right. So these are the archetypes. So just take the best card out of every pack and just stay open. That's the plan for the first
Yep.
pack. Yeah.
Yep. That's probably what I do. Yeah.
And we're gonna look for if like really powerful or efficient creatures and removal. That's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually what I do with the first picks there.
And
Removal is a big one, and it depends on what kind of removal it is compared to the creatures too, because you usually whenever I start building my deck,
mhm,
low cost removal over really expensive creatures is important, and sometimes low cost creatures over expensive removal is important too. I
yeah,
mean, it just all depends on what's in there. There we go.
Vrim, Jules, Camaro. Okay,
All right. Yep. The rare here obviously is not very good for
no,
drafting
right,
whatsoever.
yeah,
So I'll definitely go over that. Um, the other cards that I'm looking at first of, I mean, with having the draftism, obviously that helps a lot with newer drafters as well, showing you what the best cards in the pack are.
yeah,
My top picks here are Storm Chaser Drake, Scavenger, Scarda's isn't bad either.
yeah,
It's like a type of removal spell.
exactly.
I really like the Drake here. I think that would probably be my first pick. That way you have a
Nice.
good creature that has flying, and then we'll get ways to target it and draw more cards.
So I think let's go Storm Chaser over white enchantment removal. Let's do that. That sounds nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that. Just because blue is a very good color, fun color to play too. And then white black might end up being a thing, but I like starting with that.
yeah, right.
Right, Belstinger's not bad. Markov Walters actually isn't horrible.
It isn't
Uh,
horrible, or it is.
Yeah, Celebrants is a card that I could put in any red deck. Felstinger's good just because a death touch creature with exploit, you get to draw 2 cards,
Yeah.
lose 2 life.
How are you looking?
Uh,
How would you rate the Wolf Strike?
Wolf
The
Strike's also pretty good. If we did decide to go blue green, then like I would be okay with taking Wolf Strike just because I enjoy playing that card too. Felstinger's also a fine pick because of the death touch and being able to draw cards. So I think either one of those 2 cards would be the best pick here.
So if we should consistent with the removal and efficient creature, it's a very
Yeah,
tight
I think
draw.
so too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I like a Wolf Strike here.
yeah,
And we don't have to be in blue. I mean, just because we first picked a blue card doesn't mean we have to stay in blue.
right. Yeah, we're doing it your way with a confident, hard way. So we're not
Yeah,
stressing.
yeah. And there's a lot of black cards here,
It is.
but none of them really do much for us. Like you have Grizzly Ritual, which is a kill spell, but it just It doesn't seem too great.
Expensive.
Um, yeah. Hook hand is decent as well.
Yeah.
We're already have green, so I think that that's a fine pick. Siphon Essence, I think is what it's called. The counter spell
Yeah.
is all right, but I think that's better in like a blue red spells matters deck.
Right. So you're
So I probably
considering
go, yeah,
Pioneer over,
Hook hand.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hook Hand. Yeah.
Flame Breather's not horrible either, but we don't. I mean, we're not for sure that we are a spells matters deck.
Right.
I think Wolf Strike and Hook hand. I mean, they just work better together, obviously.
Yeah. So here we have a lot of white removal, right? And or
Yeah, yeah. We have Fierce Retribution, which is good. Um, Cavalry's not bad either. It has training. Blue White's always been pretty good as well. I'm not against taking Fierce Retribution here though. Since it is a good removal spell,
it seems like
and
the
then that
draft
still
sim.
helps us stay open.
Right.
Yeah. So the draft system, the way that that works is that it tells you what is the best card based off of what you currently have. So right
Right.
now we don't
Yeah.
have any white, so it's not going to suggest any white cards.
Right.
And this is where it's tough because Diver's Gap is a good card in blue.
Right. Yeah.
You stack something and bounce something, but I think we still want to stay open just in case, because you never know what you're gonna draw. I
No.
mean, there's a lot of like Diregraph Scavenger
Yeah.
is really good,
Yeah.
so I
I
think that
agree.
that's the
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also for me, something with death touch then can survive a 2 burn spell or whatever. Like it's gonna trade up. And
yes,
so
yeah,
that's an efficient creature in my book.
yep, I agree. I think Scavenger's the pick there. There's not a whole lot of anything else really.
Why
Shield Basher's all right. Valorant Epicure is pretty good. For vampires, Valorant Epicure is very nice.
you would need to
You pay.
explain to me why it's good another time. But I just know
Okay,
that
yeah,
it's a great card. I don't know why.
yeah, because it deals damage. Oh wow, there's a lot of good green here
Yeah, it
too.
is. It is.
Um, I really Fortune Hunter is nice, but I really like Weaver Blossoms more. For the ramp aspect of it,
Right.
and then maybe we could get like a hunter later on. And I don't think we have much blue right now. I mean, it's still very early in the draft, of course, but
It is.
yeah, I think Weaver Blossoms is
Sure.
the one I like the most here.
I know that when I look at stats from 17 lands, Flourishing Hunter is in the top 10 at least, or top 5. It's when you can survive, when you can play it, you're going to be in a good position with green.
Yeah. I mean, Voltaic Visionary is a very good card as well here. I'm pretty surprised to see it this late. That kind of that's a small sign that red might be open. Just because that's such a good red card.
And also, isn't this late for? I thought this was picked very early because of the first strike. Uh,
Celebrant's decent.
okay. Okay.
There's a couple 2 drops that can just stop it, and then a lot of 3 drops that can just stop it. Especially in like green black, because toughness matters thing going on there.
And you like
Um,
the celebrants, right? But we're seeing another scavenger.
yeah, we do see another scavenger here, but we also do see a ridge wolf down there.
Oh, right.
And it might be a little early to pick one, but it is very good in a red green deck, especially if we're going
Right.
werewolves. Villager, I don't think is rated
No.
high enough. I think it's a very
Five,
good
four.
card.
Which one?
Yeah,
Scav.
do Celebrant.
Celebrant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Because I
Okay.
think we're gonna venture more into red than black.
Right.
And here I would probably take Fearful Villager.
You would, right. Okay. Over a 5 mana removal. Because,
Because I think 5 mana removal is too much, and I'd rather have more creatures. If we were more in like a vampire themed deck, then I might do Lacerate Flesh. And there's a Flourishing Hunter, which is great. I would definitely take the Hunter here.
so what I notice here is that when we're, you know, our shoulders are shifting down, we're breathing slowly, and we're just staying open.
Mm.
Cool cards come our way from all colors. So
Yes. Yep,
This is
definitely.
interesting. This is very interesting.
Yeah, Spore Crawler is a pretty good card too. You get to draw a card off of it.
Yeah,
Here I probably take Recruit just because I don't think we'd be splashing in white. We're not really a counters deck,
right.
so that's not going to be a thing.
And the
So
killer is a
if we,
trap, right?
uh, yeah, it's not. I've used that ability once out of all the drafts that I did. Feel for Villager is great. Yeah, that's a good pickup.
I thought you would say that because Bramble doesn't seem good to me at all.
Nah, yeah, I don't
4.
like it either. Like, it's not bad for the 2 cost equip, and then they get +2/+1. It's bad whenever that thing dies, and then you have to pay 4 mana to put onto another creature.
Yeah, doesn't work.
No.
Okay, so that was the first pack. Let's see what we open in our second one.
Hmm. That's interesting. I mean, that's a very, very good rare.
Mythic, even.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's 2 whites and a
Yeah, it is 2 whites. All right, so we're still not super committed to anything, right?
right,
So I think taking the mythic here is not a bad call because we are staying open. The
right.
only other card that I would consider that's in our colors is Spore Crawler, which isn't amazing, but
Right.
it's all right.
Okay.
But if we were to play white, or if we get like we have a Weaver of Blossoms,
Yeah.
so if we were to get either like an Evolving Wilds or another way to get more lands, it's not impossible for us to splash
It could
the
find a home.
judge.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
let's take it. Confirm pick. There we go. Okay. Okay.
Alright, here I feel like Blessed Bolt's good. So is Wolf Strike.
It
This
is.
is an interesting one. We don't have much blue, so I don't think we're gonna go with the mythic in this pack.
Right.
I think it's down between the Blessed Bolt or Wolf Strike. How many creatures do we currently have?
We have
13
13.
creatures.
Yeah.
All right, that's quite a bit. For this being this early in the draft right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Wolf Strike works well. Flame Best Bolt's not bad either though.
No, right.
Actually, I get Bolt because green has seemed open.
Yeah. Oh,
So
right.
if green is open, Strike might come back, and it might not. But Bolt is really good. Just 1 mana, and you can exile something, which
Yeah.
is nice.
So that was a nice observation. Yeah. Probably right.
So there's not much red here. There's an alright green spell. Traveling Minister is really good in white.
Yeah, I've had a lot of
Um,
trouble with the traveling minister.
yeah. Let's see. It's either going to be Hook Hand or I think Minister, actually. I do like Minister.
Let's try it.
Because if we do end up playing white, I think you could probably put Stormchaser Drake in the sideboard. And then there are black cards, because I don't think we're going to be playing this.
Right. Interesting. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, we're kind of leaning towards a direction.
We are. We are. Oh, a wolf strike.
I mean, there's another Wolf Strike. Yeah, I'd probably take the Wolf Strike. Because I think green is probably one of our strongest colors right now, and I think we're definitely going to play green.
Agree. Yeah. Well, it would, in my mind, we're green and something.
Yes, yeah, for sure. And I agree with that. You can go and confirm pick.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here and like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, think about it. Yeah.
Like, wow, we're not forcing a color here.
Yeah.
I like the experience.
Another Wolf Strike. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think that's still the pick. I mean, more removal is never a bad thing.
It isn't. It's great. And this wolf
Red
strike would be.
white. Sorry.
No, you go. You go ahead.
I was gonna say that red white does seem a little bit open, but I don't think that we have enough to kind of push that. Most of our removal is green, aside from the one Blessed Bolt, and I guess we do have a Fierce Retribution as well. Now, okay, so this is interesting. If you were wanting to splash, if we're wanting to go like green-red and splash white, Sundown Pass is an amazing card for us to pick up.
That makes sense.
because that allows us to do that. So I think I would take that over the Spell Crawler,
Right. Okay.
just because it helps with our splash. If this
Yeah.
was any other dual land that wasn't in our colors, I would take Spore Crawler here.
Cool. And the saw blade too clunky, right?
Yeah, for me, I've never liked Saw Blade here. This one here, I don't think we play any of these cards.
No. So we
You
might
could
take an
take,
uncommon for your sideboard.
yeah, maybe like a Militia.
Yeah.
Like that's the one card I would consider playing. Sheltering Bows doesn't really do anything in our deck.
So we'll take that one, the militia. Sure strike.
I actually like Massive Might over Sure Strike, just because it's one less mana and it still gives trample, so you can get through. Lacerate Flesh isn't bad though. Our curve isn't crazy high, so Lacerate Flesh is an okay pick. It deals 4 damage to something, maybe makes us some treasure or some blood tokens. I don't think we play anything here. What does Survey do again? You look at the top.
ETB's
Look at
blood
the...
token.
Oh no, Survey.
Sorry.
Cartographer's Survey.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, and that's sorcery. It's just not very good. Yeah, you just pick whatever here. I think it just goes in the sideboard.
Yeah.
See? That Wolf Strike wield. Like, I don't know if we play for Wolf Strike. We'll see. We'll see what our deck looks like after.
Yeah.
But that's pretty crazy. I'm kind of actually hoping for a Evolving Wilds. That would be really nice for us to pick up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now we're looking for a... And this is fixing, right?
Yeah, that's fixing. That's something that we can definitely consider playing depending on what other playables we get. Belligerent Guest here is actually a fine pickup, I think. It's an aggressive creature that has trample.
To go also with the Wolf Strike?
Lightning Wolf. I mean, we'll take Lightning Wolf, but I don't think we'll play it. Having to do that ability at sorcery speed is so bad. Nature's Embrace is kind of fixing, but I don't think we'll play it either.
Right. Okay, so what are we looking at here?
So, Kessig Wolf Rider. I've never actually played with a card because I didn't think it was that amazing, but it's not bad. I mean, if we're wanting to exile cards from our graveyard, we get to make tokens. So I think Kessig Wolf Rider is a fine pick, and it's a low drop too, so it doesn't cost too much to play.
Right. I had two in a deck that went all over the place and it didn't work. But in the right deck it could totally work.
Yeah, especially if we have a lot of stuff in the graveyard.
Nice. Let's see. What are a braid?
Yeah, a braid is definitely the pick here. And then that really makes me push more towards red again. So I think that white might be a very low splash. Like we might play the double white on Judge hurts, but it's such a good card that it makes it tough. Like Traveling Minister and Militia, we probably won't end up playing.
No.
They
want to do something else.
Kind of cards that we're getting. Yeah. I mean, we may not even play Judge if we can't get the fixing we need. Exactly. Like if we don't get any Evolving Wilds or something, then I don't think we play Judge.
Makes sense.
So we have Celebrants here. Some other green cards. Snarling Wolf isn't horrible for like a low mana costed creature. Celebrants isn't bad either, especially for the first strike, and we have ways to pump.
And you get with the blood tokens, you can let go of excessive lands.
Yes, yeah. I think Celebrant's a fine pick here.
Okay. So we're kind of green and red and considering a splash for the win condition.
Yep. Okay. And I mean, with 4 Wolf Strike and a Braid and a Blessed Bolt, like we're fine with even not playing Judge. Like this may not even be a deck that we need him in.
Nice.
None of these cards really do much for us. We're not in black. That card's so like iffy to me. I feel like I'd rather play other cards. I mean, that's probably the card I would play if we did pick one from this pack.
Yeah. Over, yeah, we don't need cards for the
Yeah, and
unlocking
Bloody Betrayal is not near as good in this set as the
AFR.
Stealer Creature was in AFR. Yeah,
Right. Yeah,
not many ways to stack in this set.
exactly. Snarling, Servitor.
Hmm.
These are the four, or are we looking at something else?
Yeah, those three creatures in the middle there are the ones I like the most. Celebrance isn't bad. You don't have a lot of low costed things though, so I might take Epicure here. Or Snarling Wolf, one of the two.
Right.
Snarling Wolf does work better with your wolf synergies, so I think I'd probably take that.
And I
'Cause we
confer
do
to
already
your
have a
judgment.
Celebrance.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, Rending Flame!
I
Oh
like
my
it.
gosh. Yeah,
Side.
Rending Flame
Oh,
for sure.
oh, oof.
Yeah,
That's
this is
great.
insane. Like, it's like this. It's like, it's so weird. It's like nobody's playing green or red.
And we're passing it. We're passing a wolf
Yeah,
strike.
passing another Wolf Strike. That's funny.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Rending
Nice.
Flame's the pick here for
Yep.
sure. Um,
No.
yeah, another Blessed Bolt. Yeah. How many creatures do we have right now?
17, but we're
17.
counting
Okay.
also.
Yeah, we're counting the white creatures too.
Come on.
They just click the
Okay.
back there.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah, Blessed Bolt's still fine pick. Slavic Singer's not bad, but yeah, Blessed Bolt that's amazing. Weaver Blossoms I would pick here 100%. And then we can actually consider splashing the judge, because then we have a land that produces white and two other sources that can produce white. Three if you count the heirloom.
Exactly.
But yeah, I love a second Weaver Blossoms here.
That was clutch, probably.
Yeah, no, that was great. I take Epicure here.
Yeah. Just because of the win rate, or because something else?
I mean, that's probably the pick for this pack because we're not in white, so we're not going to play Traveling Minister. If we were in white, I would take Minister because it's an amazing card. But I mean, Valder and Epicure is very nice too, just because you can sneak in that extra point of damage. Here between those two, I think I take Villager. The menace on Villager is so relevant, and a lot of people don't think about that.
Right.
Here I probably take another Snarling Wolf.
Let's go with a low mana cost creature.
Yeah. This will go on the sideboard.
Yeah. So if we were best of 3, we would have some flying hate, but it doesn't matter now.
Oh yeah. Best of 3. Oh yeah, that's another thing with drafting too. Is that whenever you're drafting best of 1, you're just trying to make the best deck you can.
Exactly.
Sideboard cards and like extra cards like that don't matter at all.
Exactly.
So what I'd do is go ahead and go back to our deck.
Yep.
Yeah, switch that there. All right. Go ahead and take out the 2 Lightning Wolves. The 4 cost.
4 cost. There we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Militia, the 3 drop.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Minister, right? No.
Yeah, I think the Minister. I don't think that we're honestly playing a lot of white for that to matter so much. How many creatures do we have right now?
We have 18.
18. Okay.
Are we looking for
so
17 or 16? What do you think will be the number here?
So it really depends on how much removal you have. I think running 14, 15 creatures is fine if you have the removal to back it up. So usually something that I do whenever I draft is I will take my removal and I'll drag it over to the right side of the lands. That way I can have it separated. Some people just do the search function and then just separate it that way. But this is how I personally do it. I mean, you can do it however you want. And then of course, like Crushing Canopy, Nature's Embrace will go in the sideboard.
Right. I've heard people say that the reason you put the removal on the side is because you're not going to play it on the curve. You're going to play it when
Mm,
the time is right. So it should be on its own.
yeah, and that makes sense too to do that way.
One more, yeah,
Uh,
Crushing Canopy.
Crushing Canopy. Yeah, and then Royal Recruit. I don't think we're gonna main deck. Same with Wary Prisoner. Okay, so that brings us to 4 more cuts.
This could be Is this a thing? Could this be?
That I think. See, I was thinking more of it. Go ahead and put that into the on the right there with
Yeah.
the rest of them, and probably cut one of those Wolf Strike. Let's see here. So we have 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14. We still have 16 creatures, which isn't bad. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 removal spells, which is a lot of removal
It
spells.
is. It is. It is. It is.
Um,
How did
let's
this even
see.
happen? Like this is. Yeah. Wow.
So with us having, so my thoughts are with us having this many splashes, I think playing 2 planes would be okay, and then I would go up 1 on the mountain. Let's see. Actually, go check our deck stats real quick, and see how we are between the red and the green. Oh yeah, we do have more red. Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I would probably get rid of Honored Heirloom, since we have all these other splashes, and we're gonna play 2 planes. Hmm.
And
So
17
2 more
lands
cuts.
is important here. We should not skimp out on lands because we need
No, I
the.
don't think so. Yeah, our curve is high enough, and we want to keep making sure we hit our land drops, especially since we want to be reactive as well, as making a board state and having spells that we can play at the same time. As far as our removal spells go,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm usually fine with like 4 or 5.
Right.
So I think maybe Lacerate Flesh might be one of our other cuts because it's the most expensive, and it's sorcery speed,
Wow. Yeah.
which hurts quite a bit.
And it doesn't even
Um,
removal a creature. Most like some of the tough creatures, the one that has
oh
the
yeah,
yeah
some of them are just too big. Yeah, you
yeah
just can't deal with them.
right. But
Um,
like we have burn spells that deal 2 or 3. We have the wolf strike that's gonna deal typically 5 or in the
yeah,
beginning at least.
yeah. With Wolf Strike, you can set it up to where you just don't play any spells, and then flip your werewolves over, and then cast it on their turn when
Right.
it's your creatures are flipped
Yeah,
over.
that's right.
So that's
That's
another
right.
thing that you can do too, which isn't bad.
That makes sense.
Um, so see, this makes me think that maybe we should have picked up that Ridge Wolf, earlier in the packs. I forget what other card we took instead.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what it was. Oh well, but that it would have been very good in this deck because we had plenty of werewolves and stuff to go with it.
But in the
Um,
spirit of staying open, we took the best card instead of the thing that would have
yeah,
made yeah. So
yeah,
and
it's true.
that's going to be the downside of drafting the hard way. You will be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I should have found my lane 1 pick earlier and I would have gotten
yeah,
this great card."
yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's true. Sometimes it pays off to commit early.
Yeah,
Um, hmm. The last pick is always the hardest.
it is.
I like having 3 Wolf Strike. That's very good.
Yeah, when we passed up the 5th wolf strike, that was crazy.
It was pretty crazy.
It was.
And the fact that we have a Wolf Strike in sideboard is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's so good because you deal damage equal to its power. Like they don't even fight. Like
No.
you just deal damage to it.
Bite spell. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So with our curve, I'd either consider cutting 1 Fearful Villager or a Snarling Wolf.
I'm okay
because I
cutting
think we
a
want to keep
villager,
our
but
other
why?
things.
What are the pros and cons?
So, all right, having two snoring wolves actually I don't think is very good, just because I mean, like, it gives us a better chance of drawing one in our opening hand, having two snarling wolves. But if you have two on the board and you're trying to use your mana for other things, it's hard to commit that mana to snarling wolf instead.
Makes sense. So we want a
Fearful
few
villager,
one drops, but not all of the one drops. Okay.
yeah, yeah. The reason why I'm considering fearful villager is because we have so many 3 drops already.
Yeah.
We have 7 3 drops, and everything else we have like 1 and 2. So I think Fearful Villager is probably the correct pick here. And if you count all the wolf strikes, that's 3 more, and then Rending Flame, so that's even more. Yeah, 9. We have 12 3 drops. Yeah, I think Fearful Villager is probably the correct pick here.
So if I would to be the like drafting this on my own, I would be very scared when my two drop is not the most stacked um, column. Like I would want 8 2 drops, even if they're bad cards, just so the deck looks right.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You also want to keep into account too all the removal spells that we have that are 2 drops and 1 drops. We have 2 Blessed Ball and a Fierce Retribution and a Braid, which can all be played. Even if we do play one of those early, it's not a horrible thing sometimes.
Right. So they
Um,
play something, we remove it, we play a land, they do something. Like so this we could be a bit reckless with our removal. We don't have to ration it so hard because we have
yeah,
so many.
yeah, because we do have a lot. Yeah.
Right.
And the Wolf Strikes are probably going to be used more late game when we have our bigger things out too.
Right. Uh, green, red with a white splash. Uh,
Yeah.
removal is going to be the name of this one. Or do you have a more catchy uh, name of the deck?
Um,
I'm open to your input here.
maybe Werewolf Judge. So we have a judge in there.
Yeah. And we're going to deal out a lot of punishment, so it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Werewolf Judge. So we have very successfully, in my opinion, navigated the draft. Uh, and we were totally rewarded when we, drafted the hard way. I remember I have one question, Gary. Like, what would have happened if we did not really find our lane and because something happened in the second pack and it was all over and we were staying open until quite late and we ended up with like is that a common occurrence that you can't find your primary color or your secondary color?
So usually into the second pack,
Mhm.
around halfway through the second pack,
Yeah.
if I haven't found something that's like obviously open, then I need to figure out what I'm going to do. Like I need to figure out, all right, these are the cards I can play. These are the best ones I can play. This is probably what I should be doing. And then I might try to force something that way.
Eh,
Because you want to make sure you do have a playable deck.
yeah.
If you just stay open all 3 packs and have 5 different colors and that's it, like it's gonna be a train wreck.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Because like you said like you saw in the first pack, we stayed pretty open to everything,
Mhm.
just in case for what came around, and then
Yeah.
we noticed, okay, green's open. Let's go
Right.
ahead and head that direction.
Yeah.
And then we started getting payoff with red in the third pack,
Yeah.
which seemed quite surprising to
Yeah.
me because it
Totally.
didn't seem like red was crazy open. And then we started getting these really nice removal spells, which was very surprising.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it just sometimes, but I mean, and it could be too that somebody was drafting red, and then they're like, "All right, I don't like my red. I'm not. I'm gonna stop." And then once they committed to changing and not playing red anymore, they saw the abrade, they saw the rending flame, and they're like, "Oh man, I should have stayed in red." And
yeah.
then they didn't, and
Yeah.
then we got those cards.
That's right. Wait. Okay. Entering match.
So my experiences,
Hmm.
I never keep 1 mana, 1 land hand, like one type of land
Hmm.
hands, because for me it never works out. I know some people that would keep this, but like I think there's a big difference if those were forests instead of mountains.
Mhm.
We'd have a better chance of playing like Weaver Blossoms, but they're not. So
And
I think that
yeah,
this is the mulligan.
yeah. And the person we're playing against is in platinum, so their starting hand is going to be platinum
Yeah,
level starting hand.
yeah. And this hand is 100 times better than our other hand.
Yeah, it is.
This is way better.
Are we picking away the villager, or what would you?
Hmm. That is a choice. Hmm.
This would give us a blood token that we can
Yeah,
let go
that
of
we can
something.
use to
Yeah,
cycle.
right.
Yeah.
The villager? No.
Yeah, I guess villager or wolf strike because we have multiple wolf strikes.
Right. Well,
So
let's have
and we have
efficient.
other removal spells too.
Yeah. Okay. So I go with
So I feel like wolf strike is
yeah.
what I would do.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that there's like a wrong answer. I probably just play one of those first, whichever one. And then if they play a one drop, then we can still attack.
Pack leader.
Oh yeah, that's something that we're gonna want to get rid of.
Yeah, it is. And we could
'Cause
all
it's just
yeah.
gonna get better. Yeah, and we could do that and play Weaver Blossoms
So are you thinking?
next turn, hopefully.
Are you thinking Epicry first or Blessed Bolt?
I think it's a hard choice here because Epicure right now can block it, and I don't think they're gonna pump it
Right.
anytime
So
soon. So Epicure might just hold it back a bit.
that's right.
Yeah, so we could just do that. And then if we wanted to, we could pitch one of these and try to hit our third land.
That's
Like
right.
we could pitch a villager if we wanted to.
End
just
of
to try to
turn,
hit
right?
it.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
here. Okay. And that would be the villager, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's what we should do.
Yeah. Strong
Because
agree.
if we don't hit it, it's gonna hurt. Not hitting that land.
Yeah. Good. That was you thought in about a good third turn. That was good.
Yeah. So we hit the land anyways, but I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I go ahead and play the land, and then I probably attack with both. There's not a reason no reason not to. Because if he plays a pump spell on it to block the Epicure,
In response,
then
we'll
I feel like yeah.
oh
Okay, well there's that.
yeah.
I mean, not much we can do about that,
No,
but that's
not
alright.
much. So are we going into Weaver here, or are we?
I think we do want to do Weaver
Yeah.
just so that we have another creature online.
That also can handle the pack leader? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna trade here, so I'm not sure what is being waited on.
It could be that it'd be like a reactionary roping us back because we took so long time to make our decision. Like, dude,
Oh yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do that to someone who took forever.
Yep. And that's a better thing to hit with Blessed Bolt.
Should
Is
we
the
attack
rider.
first with everything and see what they give us?
Yeah, I would attack with everything because there's no reason not to. And then if they were to double block something, then we'd be able to, like if they were to double block Weaver, then I mean that would be pretty good for
Yeah.
us. I probably play the plains here. That way you have double white, and then.
And now I flip it, right? In the beginning of their turn, I'm gonna.
Okay, so the downside with that is that there's multiple spells in both green and white that pump creatures. So even though this is something that you would usually do on their turn, I think we should do it on our turn before they untap. Because if we let them untap and then they pump it, then
Yeah.
they're just going to keep their creature and then.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you saw another situation where it was better to play it to not flip. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I noticed that they don't do anything in their first main phase. They make their decision in
Yeah.
their second. So that's good.
So if they end up playing a 4 mana cost thing, then they made a play mistake, right? Because okay, they just didn't do anything. All right.
Well, we have only lands, so we can swing in and
Yeah, we could swing in.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything with flash those colors.
Well, we can walk
I
into
mean, another fierce retribution, yeah, but I
but
mean, if they
that's
have it, they have it. There's
yeah,
not much we can do
no,
around
it's
it.
not. And now we need something else than Lance.
Yeah, definitely.
The Geiler, okay. More
Mm,
Lance.
mm. That's unfortunate.
So we will need to. Oh, and they can tap the werewolf.
Yeah, on their turn they can just tab it down.
Yeah, and if I attack, they can
Unfortunately.
just block it, and we don't have anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Should
So
we
I think
try to
maybe
fake a pump spell? No, it doesn't make sense, right? No.
um no, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, you could still attack with it since they're gonna block it or they're gonna tap it down anyways, just to see if we get 3 extra points of damage in.
That's right.
But I'm not sure that they
No.
might fall for it. Maybe we'll see.
So I went into full control. Oh, okay, so they
Oh
called our
yeah,
bluff. Yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah. And that's all right. I mean, they're at 10. They kind of need to, I guess.
I hold lands, or do I play one?
I think you can play a land. That way, if we do draw like a flourishing hunter, we can still play it next turn. Well, I mean, that's our 6th land anyway, so I guess it didn't matter.
So they're developing their board state. We're not jumping
Yeah.
right now, right?
No, I don't think so, because they might be able to pump it next turn too. We really need to draw some action.
Like a wolf strike would do just fine.
Yeah, a wolf strike would be very nice.
Would we go for the cavalry then, or would we go? What's our target at least?
Um. So, oh my word, lot of lands. Yeah, I guess we just pass here, and then he ends up tapping down
Yeah.
the werewolf,
Well, they will tap.
and then we jump.
They will tap the werewolf in their end step, and they'll tap the
Yeah,
epicure.
an
Yeah,
hour and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's. I mean, that was a good decision to mulligan, but we can't control drawing
No.
only lands.
Yeah. No, we cannot.
So that's the game. No, that's not the game.
That's almost a game. So he gets 9.
4.
We can jump block here. Yeah, just 4.
But it doesn't really. They will have 7 in the air next turn.
Yeah. And that's not gonna do anything for us.
All right. I mean, we tried. So that's
Yep.
that's what
Yep,
it is.
that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just draw lands.
Yeah. I saw a very interesting seminar actually with a fellow streamer called I think it's called Sirkovich. I will post a link, but he made his last seminar was about land and if the shuffler is rigged or not. And he strong like data does not support that conspiracy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, that's one thing that I noticed in your video that you had made, that you talked about the shuffler and stuff, and made a point to say that it's not rigged, which obviously it's not rigged. I agree with that 100%. And it's funny because like sometimes you'll see people be like, "Oh yeah, the shuffler is fine," and then they have 4 of the same card.
yeah,
I mean that's variance. Sometimes that happens. Like
exactly.
you, just because you don't have great hands all the time doesn't mean that it's not variance.
I mean, it's gonna suck. It's gonna feel really terrible when you
Yeah,
flood,
yeah,
but it's there's no one out to get you. That's it's
exactly.
magic.
Yeah, yep, it happens.
And I wish I knew, like, we're talking about recipes again. I wish I knew if it would be like 2/3 of the time you're going to have a decent hand. 1 out of 6, you're going to have just a perfect draw. And 1 out of 6, you're going to just bomb. It's going to be crap. Like, how often are you going to experience that bad beat
Yeah,
situation?
yeah. I feel like it doesn't happen that much. As much as people think that it doesn't really happen
No,
that much.
it doesn't.
A lot of things about people losing games do come down to how they end up playing the cards that they play. And I mean, nobody wants that. I mean, I'll admit that sometimes that happens to me. It's because I made a mistake, and people need to realize that some of
Exactly.
the times
Yeah.
it's gonna be their fault, and they just need to realize that too. Be like, all right, what could I have done differently
Yeah.
to not lose instead of blame something else?
Oh, and that's an excellent point. That's the fourth part of my guide, post-game analysis. And
Mm.
I really think that we played to our outs here. We played the flame bolt at the right time, or the spell. We tried to we
Yeah,
attacked
we got
into
rid of their
the
fire. Yeah.
retribution. I mean, there's no way playing around a flood.
Yeah.
That's not
Nope. Nope. We took things into consideration and played to the best of our ability.
bad acid. A fellow silver player. Third game. Let's see how it goes. We're on the draw.
Oh, man, this looks the same as our hand from our last game.
We have a
Except
two
we have a
drop.
2-drop that we can play, and we can have it deal damage to us and maybe get a third land.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're on the draw. Okay, so being on the draw is something that you want to take into consideration too.
Right.
Because we get to draw another card before we play anything. So this hand I would probably keep.
It's a better keep. It could work. Okay, it could work.
Yes, yeah, it could work.
And the visionary, it can untap. We can tap it in our beginning or our third turn to get something.
Yes, yeah, to exile another card and maybe hit that land that we're missing or play another spell if needed. But like on turn 3, if we end up getting our green source by turn 3, then we're going to play Weaver Blossoms. So depending on what the opponent has, we could just do something. Oh, I mean, there you go. So now we have a turn
Snarling
1
Wolf
Wolf. That's
into a
good.
visionary into blossoms, right?
Yep, yeah, that's great. Drawing that forest was really nice.
Yeah,
There.
that was clutch.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, but that was a good discussion about mulligan or keep. Yeah. Fine. Super fine.
So seeing what he does here.
No?
So something that we can do is we can try. You could play your mountain. You could attack and threaten
Oh,
to
that's
pump
right.
Snarling Wolf.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So they need to let go of their dude.
Yeah. So they can either choose to block.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
All right.
they
So
didn't.
I would just let them take one and then play. I'll take Visionary.
I agree. But like we forced them to make that decision,
Yes.
and
Exactly.
yeah,
There's just another way to get an extra little bit of damage in there.
exactly. And we could also trade, like trading one of their creatures on the board for 2 mana is a totally okay trade, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so.
And this shows us that bad acid knows how to pilot their deck to some level, to some degree, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because they know that Snarling Wolf can be pumped.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have just been a trade.
Exactly. And now they may give us the choice, and we're not gonna block.
No. Because our 3/1 is way better
Yeah.
than their 1/1.
Oh, not even nothing. Okay.
Not even a spell. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a couple choices here. We can... Alright, so the thing with doing Voltaic Visionary, if we activate it and take 2 damage, if we hit a land, we can just play the land and then it flips, which is nice. If we get anything that's converted mana cost 4 or more, we're not going to be able to play it.
Right.
So I think that I'm okay with playing a land, attacking with both of them, and then
early damage.
second main playing Weaver Blossoms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because we're still dealing 3 damage from Voltaic Visionary.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then next turn, if we still have our Weaver Blossoms, then we'll still be able to cast something that costs 4.
Or the judge. Oh, right.
Yeah,
oh,
or the
right.
Judge, if we
Yeah.
get our white source.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, because right now
the-
we have 1 white source.
Right, right. In my mind, they did not play anything in their
Oh,
fourth
yeah.
turn, but they,
Yeah.
they will.
Yeah, so it's yeah, I was gonna say it's a little unlikely that they'd not do anything this turn. Now, Alluring Suitor is very, very good. So,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
did get a mountain.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a few different things that we can do. We could do Voltaic Visionary, we could take 2. And then maybe... Yeah, I mean, we can play anything that we hit, right? Except for Flourishing Hunter.
But we have it here, and we only have one of those.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, so we can play anything that we hit.
So I
So I'd
tap
probably do
it.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I tap it, because I'd rather have a bigger creature here, and then whenever we play it, yeah, perfect. Play the forest. We can wolf strike their alluring suitor, so that it dies.
Yeah. And do we do it with a weaver?
Let's see.
So
What do
that
we
it's a
have
little
to
bit
that?
bigger.
Well, it's not night, so they're not gonna get the pump.
Oh, right. So then we have to do it like this.
So it's just gonna be the damage from that.
Right. That was
Yeah,
important.
that's a mistake that I made before.
Ah.
So that's one thing that I make sure of.
Yeah, that's right.
Is be like, all right, it only gets pumped at night.
Oh,
Okay, that's the
nice.
one card that I thought maybe they had.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
They still. We traded card for card.
Yep.
And it doesn't flip. They come back to the back. Okay.
Yeah, it comes back to the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. So next turn it'll flip. Now I would just pass combat here because you can pump Snarling Wolf on their turn.
Right. That's true. All right, and they get to. All right. Okay, so that's a really good card then. Okay.
It is a very good card. Yeah, Alluring Suitor is very, very nice.
Nice.
Next turn we can actually play Flourishing Hunter if we want to try to slow them down a bit.
Yep.
Since we don't have our double white yet.
Bleed dries. We're gonna have a few bleed dries coming our way.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, he can also make it unblockable with Wedding Invitation.
Yep.
And give it lifelink.
But it's a bit early for that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. If he attacks with both, there might be consideration to double block the suitor, but I don't know yet. Alright, so that's going to transform. It's going to turn into a 4/4.
The bleed dry is instant speed, right? So they're holding open mana.
Yeah.
Okay. So should we get the other person, or it doesn't matter really?
Alright, so he can pump the other one and then end up still killing whatever we block with it.
Oh, right.
So what I think that we should do, we're either going to let it through,
yeah,
or we're going to double block it. Now, if we want to, we can just let it through. Yeah. And then we can play Flourishing Hunter on our turn, gain some life, have a 6/6.
Yeah. Gain 3 life, either way.
Yeah.
Okay, so they make it easy for us, and they show how much they want to. But still, we can trade the Snarling Wolf for the Epicure, and we trade card for card.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I wasn't thinking about it. It doesn't pump. He can make it unblockable with Wedding Invitation, but it doesn't pump. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Toughness.
As to blockers, so now
yeah, I just blocked that. Yeah, there's no reason not to really.
And now they can gain 6 life.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they try to make the Epicure unblockable after we declared blocks, then that's going to show that they're newer to Magic.
Yeah.
Because once it's blocked, it's already blocked.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make sense to pump the wolf because it will still die.
Yeah.
And
that's real. Okay, now we want to pump the wolf.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he waited for that.
Yeah.
Because this thing would have still been alive.
Exactly. But if it works, it works. We could have made a mistake.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So we can play Judge here.
We could. I mean, I feel comfortable attacking with the Berserker and putting the...
Oh yeah. We're gonna play Berserker we're gonna attack with Berserker because they can't block anyways. I just don't know if we want to, like, go ahead and attack. The thing is, like, do we want to play Flourishing Hunter and gain 3, have a 6/6 that can block the 4/4 with Trample?
That's a good play.
Yeah, I like. I like the thought of having Judge out there because like we can play it later, but I'd rather gain some life and have a big creature.
I just have
Like
the feeling.
he can pump Deadly
Yeah.
Dancer to kill it, but
Right.
I mean he's using his mana and
And I
that's
haven't
better.
eaten any removal, and that makes me worry.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, and Bleed Dry would actually exile Judge and get rid of it, so we wouldn't be able to get it back.
So we're baiting removal. That's nice.
Yeah.
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 Cool. So then I'm even more happy that we played a Hunter over Judge.
Yeah, and we might even attack with Hunter here on next turn. Oh, we're definitely attacking with Berserker, but there's no reason not
No.
to.
Can't block, so
Yeah.
so we chip in with those two, and we're
Yeah, I think so. And then play Judge.
we also can afford the belligerent.
Yeah, we can play both Judge and Belligerent. Yeah.
And flip, but doesn't matter, right? We have this is the card we want to splash for, so right? I'm doing it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, so this is a good board state.
Yes. Yeah, this is a fine board state. We're at 13 life. We have a 4/4 flyer.
Yeah.
That can still block because Deadly Dancer doesn't pump its toughness. So it can still trade for it.
Okay, what does it do at the beginning? An opponent sacrifice. It does not transform 3/3, okay. I control humans. No humans. Cool.
Weaver Blossom isn't a human, right? It's not a human werewolf.
Oh,
it is a human werewolf.
When it flips. Okay, so it's a
when
okay.
it flips, not a werewolf.
Yeah.
So, what I think. So even if you, oh, that's interesting.
Well, I mean,
that's very interesting.
I'm happy trading, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Should I?
Yeah, we want to trade.
That's all right. I don't need to double block. This is fine, right?
Yeah, I think that's fine because there's like the red. Yeah, I mean even if he plays.
I think that that red pump spell is 2 mana.
Yeah. Well, there's also a Flame Blast Bolt that as long as it deals damage to it and that creature dies, then it's exiled. Okay. So if he had Bolt, he could still bolt it. But yeah, definitely play that from your graveyard.
Should I play a land first? No.
You can't. It doesn't. I don't think it matters. He's not playing blue, so Syncopate doesn't really matter or anything.
That's right. So I want to curse him,
and it's
right?
double white anyways.
And I'm cursing my opponent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not putting us on a 3-turn clock and just.
Yeah, and then I attack with both of these creatures.
Good plan. They will chump belligerent. No, they won't. They can't kill it. That's right.
Yeah.
Get a token.
Oh yeah, and then play one of your lands because then you can pitch the other one. No, play a land.
Okay. Oh, right. So I do it in their end step, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
Yeah.
We're not gonna.
So we can sack, but I don't think we're going to. I don't think we really need to.
No, that's fine. Decline. And it doesn't have lifelink, so they're not drawing out the fight. Nice art.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Really, obviously. And no, I mean, where are the removal spells from our opponent?
Yeah, it's very odd that they haven't played any, right? Just creatures.
They had in reaction to my removal, they
Undying Malice. Yeah. That is very surprising. I mean, right now they're still dead on board. Oh, now they're very dead.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, like they can't do anything.
Go ahead. Sure. Nice.
Yeah, they conceded. Cool. That was a pretty good game.
It was.
I am surprised that they had no removal though.
And we even expected it, and they would have been fine. We played it in a way that they could remove the Flourishing Hunter, and then we would still have the Judge. Yeah. So we drafted the hard way, and we were rewarded with really abundance of removal spells. But maybe another player would force a lane, and removal would just dry up. So,
Yes. Yeah.
so I mean, we're not
Like
guaranteed
our first
removal.
pick was that Storm
Yeah,
Chase Drake.
yeah.
Yeah, and if we forced blue, we might have had an alright deck, but I feel like this deck's better overall. We have so much green and red removal.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a great point. Uh, so we're 2 wins, 1 loss, and let's see what we are given. Three drop. How would you rate this? They go first.
Yeah, they go first. We're on the draw.
We have
That's a
someone
little
drops. Yeah,
slow, but we have 4 mana, which is good,
yeah.
and we have some things to do on turn 3. So I think I'd keep this still.
They're not the hyper aggressive decks. Are they common here in Crimson?
Um,
I'm gonna keep it.
sometimes they are. It really depends.
Okay.
It's very dependent, really, on whatever they drafted.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they can be, sometimes they can't be. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place.
Which would you say is the most aggressive deck in your opinion?
I hear you probably play Mountain.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't matter. We don't have any like double ready cost things, so it's not a big deal. One of the most aggressive colored decks. Probably. I want to say red white is probably the most aggressive. Just because there's like that's what red white does. Because like you have the flyer that gives to your creatures +1/+0 till end of turn, and he has haste. So that
Right.
kind of just
Oh,
shows
that
like
guy.
you
Yeah,
want to be
right. It's
very aggressive.
there's a geese or something. Geese. It's
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. Okay, so they bounced our spell.
Yep, I just stay on curve probably. They might have a syncopate.
They might have.
That
a
might be
syncopate.
one reason to consider playing villager instead.
Right. Let's play around a syncopate. Does this
Just
work?
in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
But there was
That
not
went
even
down. Yeah, there was no stick there, so they don't have as well. They didn't then, anyways.
exactly. They did.
But I think it's better safe than sorry. Now we want to kill that before it gets going. Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
It was unfortunate.
Huh.
Mariner? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that or Celebrants. Either of the two. They're tapped out.
Oh, and they're tapped
so
out. Okay, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do Celebrants. I think that's fine.
And I like that we're given blood tokens here.
Yes. Yeah, that's helpful too. Especially if we draw another land.
Yeah.
Then we could probably pitch one of them.
Exactly.
But we'll see what they do. Having Wolf Strike here is good. I mean, the 4/4 is bigger than their other creatures right now, so we'll see what happens.
What does
I
this do?
don't think they're gonna attack with Whispering Wizard.
That would be weird. Weird.
Yeah.
And we're not eating blood dry here. We're not. So they're developing a board presence just by playing non-creature spells.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't even attack with their one spirit. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, it is. That was a mistake. Are we going land into Wolf Strike on the wizard? Into an attack?
I think okay, so Desperate Farmer will flip whenever a creature dies.
Okay. But
So
we have
you
two.
need to be wary of that.
We have two
I
Wolf
go ahead
Strikes.
and play a forest and do Wolf Strike first.
On the wizard?
On the Whispering Wizard? Yeah, on the wizard, because we want that to die for sure. And then we have a second Wolf Strike if we need it.
Right.
And we have mana for Syncopate if they decide to try to Syncopate.
And now they're hunting for an answer?
Yeah, I think they're probably looking for an answer, yeah.
What could be an answer? Syncopate? It says blue and X.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work. They would need Undying Malice.
Right.
Or a bounce spell for our thing.
Oh! We have one of my followers, Foul Neighbory. Hey. So we're playing. So today, Foul, GaryT, Mythic Drafter. Let's see here. So what's the play here? So we're co-streaming here. Foul. Great play.
So we could either attack with Falcon Wrath
Oh, don't worry about
Celebrants.
Yeah.
And see if he wants to trade.
And then we could. Well, he would need to double block.
Yeah, he would have to double block if he did decide to do that. I mean, he's at 22, so I don't think he's going to block at all. I think he'll just take it.
Foul, don't worry about it. Have a wonderful D&D session. We'll talk more another time. But thanks for stopping by. Oh, okay. Are we wolf striking the harvester?
Okay, so right now I
Yeah.
wouldn't do anything. I would
Okay.
let damage resolve and
Okay.
see if they have any more tricks,
Okay.
and then cast Wolf Strike
Oh, right.
on
Okay.
Harvester.
Okay.
Oh, they're just gonna double. I don't know if they realize. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say they can't change the way the damage goes.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and.
Yeah. So.
All right, so if they have if they do have Syncopate, then even if we have Wolf Strike on their turn, they can still activate it.
Yeah.
Like
So
they can
should
still
we
Syncopate.
bait the werewolf, the villager? And if they have syncopate, they lost it.
Yeah, I would do that because we would rather lose a villager than Wolf Strike.
Yeah. Thanks, Foul. And you'll need to tell me more about your D&D sessions later. I'm kind of excited about role-playing myself. So you'll need to... we'll talk more about that. Oh, so it sticks. But there was a decision to be made there.
Oh, yeah, they're bouncing it. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Foul, just about the stream, GaryT, he showed me how to draft the hard way. So we were drafting a much better deck with using this method than just trying to find a lane and going quickly into it. So it's cool. And now they get card draw out of this. Yeah, that's nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Cool Foul that you're starting a new game. Sounds fun. Oh, okay. So they bounce my villager. They will probably attack with the harvester, right? And probably the...
Probably.
If you discarded a card... We're not jumping at this point, or... What's the play?
Honestly, we don't have any way to get rid of gifts, and there's no reason to keep villagers, so I think chumping's fine here.
Okay.
I think we're going to chump block eventually, and it can't deal any damage to kill anything.
Right.
So, I think that's fine.
And they're holding up... Okay.
That's a good card.
Nice. Flip the switch.
Okay.
I don't know my blue counter spells here. What?
Flip the switch is Midnight Hunt.
Okay.
So Syncopate is the only thing that they could have, like for counter spells.
So we could totally attack, and then Wolf Strike the Stinger.
But I think the thing is that they are being more aggressive, right?
Oh, so we should not play offense. Okay, sure, makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's not bad either, because if they double block, then we can kill one thing. Like we can kill the Stinger and then kill the Recluse.
But they would probably not, though.
Yeah, I don't think that they will block. But I think maybe Mariner's the card to play here, and then hold up a Braid.
Let's try it. Yeah, I told you about that yesterday when we talked, that I sometimes go into offense, but I should play defense and push when I should, sit back.
Yeah. Did they have another Lunar Rejection? Really?
Well, that's great tempo to...
Yeah, it is very, very good.
But in response to that, I would abrade their something. Either the
Yeah,
Fell Stinger or
yeah,
the
because then that would be
Harvester.
tapped out. Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
what's the
right.
best
So,
target?
hmm, trying to think
Harvester?
here. I think Harvester because they keep scanning them more life.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Celebrants is gonna trade with Stinger regardless, and we also have other spells like Blessed
Yeah, we do.
to get rid of Stinger.
Oh, and now they'll read my card. Mimic?
Oh yeah, it's
Nice.
copying it. That's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, it is. Wow.
Man, it'd be nice if we get some white sources. That would be awesome.
Could we cheat the Faith-bound Judge into play? Somehow?
Um, I don't think so, because even if we were to discard it, we still have to pay 7 mana,
7,
and
yeah.
2 of it's white. So I don't
Right.
think that'll work.
No, wouldn't. Am I happy trading here for the Fell Stinger?
I don't think we want to because we're gonna want to play like Villager next turn and Wolf Strike, so we can get rid of their Celebrants.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so here you could play Mariner instead. You with the land, you can play Mariner and do Wolf Strike.
If they're not holding up Celebrant. Syncopate.
Yeah.
Should I try it? Pre-combat?
You could. Trying to think of what. I mean, them having they only have 2 cards in hand though.
Yeah.
Hmm. The weird thing is that they didn't discard one.
Oh, they didn't. So they like their cards, so they're not holding up lands.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean,
I
we could also trade.
Yeah, that's true. You could just double block next turn and trade. Yeah, I think we do that. We just stay defensive. If they're pitching a card here, then maybe we do it now.
Yeah, if they're pitch... Do we... But they could still hold up money for... mana for...
Yeah. For Syncopate, but the fact that they haven't had it...
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It's hard to say. That's one of those things that I don't think there's a wrong play.
Right, okay.
It's
So
just knowing when to do it. I don't think we attack here. We want to stay defensive.
Right. So I just end the turn.
Yeah, yeah, and then we'll see what he does.
Nothing. Okay. Oof. This is more patient game style than I'm used to, so it's great.
Yeah, yeah, and it's tough sometimes too. Trying to, it's hard to not be aggressive whenever you're just wanting to beat down.
Yeah, but you're not always the beatdown. Sometimes you need to try to outvalue your opponent and
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Huh. Okay. Do I double block the
Celebrants? Yeah, I think so.
Do I wolf strike the stinger?
I think it depends on what he plays here.
Okay.
Okay, so that would let damage through. Yeah, I guess go ahead and try to wolf strike the stinger now.
I tried to do it. So
Yeah,
what?
choose the.
Oh, so they could destroy a creature in response to my pump spell, and then I would 2-for-1 myself.
Yeah, yeah, that's the downside. But so either we take 3 damage and then do it at the end step, or we try to do it now.
Right. I'm okay taking. Okay, let's try to do it. Let's try to do it.
Yeah, yeah, I'd probably just try to do it now.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Okay. Okay. I hope they don't play that monstrosity, the Hull Breaker. That would break my heart. Oh. Oof.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he had that as a thing.
What does it do?
At the beginning of his upkeep, he gets a copy of Celebrants.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I wasn't thinking about that being a copy. So that's gonna be kind of annoying, actually. Look at Judge real quick. It is double white to cast it. Yeah, to
It is.
disturb. Okay. Dang.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I attack, I play the Fearful Villager, and then
Yeah.
what? Or what's...
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's all we really can do, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, unless you want to try to pitch Villager to a treasure or to a thing to try to find another white source.
Sure. I'm happy doing that. We're do I pitch the...
Another white source.
Do I pitch the... I can do it in their
Um,
turn, right?
yeah, you could do it on their turn. That's
Oh,
gonna be annoying though.
it
He
is
gets
gonna
to
be
keep
annoying.
making these with the, the blood tokens and
Yeah, that's rude.
get carried away. Yeah.
With the blood tokens?
Well, yeah, because he's making a copy of that creature, right? So when it enters, he creates 2 blood tokens on every one of his upkeeps.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're probably gonna be dead before
Yeah, we are.
we can really do anything with Judge.
Yep. We could we kind of... Could we kill our own Celebrant somehow?
Trying to figure out if we have ways to. I don't think we do.
So we eat 4.
We're gonna take 5 here because of his ability.
Right. So it's not looking good at all.
No. Just trying to think. I don't even think we have any outs. Oh, and another wizard.
4 in the air.
Yep.
Wow. So we cannot survive for 3 turns, and it's menace creatures.
Not with us. And those have vengeance as well.
Sucks. Could I attack?
You can kill our own creature if you want. But I don't think that that's gonna help anything.
No.
He's still gonna have... Yeah,
The-
he's still
the
gonna
wizard
have
though?
stuff.
Couldn't kill the wizard?
You could kill the wizard now, yeah. I mean, we got mana too.
Yeah. It's something. My turn. And the flame blessed bolt can't really... Well, I could.
No, we're just dead next turn.
Yeah, we are. Okay. Well... Game. Yeah, it's easy for them to say when they are the ones who...
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, when they have everything.
Well, I did say GG to them, so they're saying that in response. So
yeah,
that's...
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, even though we're 2-2, I think we have a good deck. And
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That was just one of those things where they just had plays to do every turn, and we weren't able to be reactive enough.
playing against blue, it's just so nervous for me. Like playing against control, you don't know when they will allow you to play.
Yeah, I know some streamers, they like some professional players just say like they don't even like if they have the counterspell, they have the counterspell. They just play their spells like they normally would.
Right.
Like
Oh,
if they
right.
have it, they have it.
Right.
I mean, I guess the same goes for removal too. Like it's the same thing in a way.
It is. That's a good point.
Oh, this is what a hand. This is beautiful.
Okay, so 1 drop into... We have decisions to make about our 1 drop, and we go first.
Definitely, I'm definitely thinking Snarling Wolf first.
Yeah, strong agree.
Because then you can attack on turn 2, and then play Epicure, and then you can even have a mana open to use your blood token if you wanted to.
That's true. That's great. And if they put whatever they put in response in their first turn, we'll have a tough decision.
Yeah.
Gift of Fangs. Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, that's even better. I'd rather play Voltaic Visionary here.
Yeah.
Stay on curve.
And if they can't answer that, that's... I mean, doing 3 damage each turn is so ruthless.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's good. In fact, here I probably attack with Visionary, and then play Villager.
Okay.
Just because I'm okay with trading that with Bloodseeker. Because Bloodseeker is going to get annoying eventually.
Let's go. Should we green first,
Yeah,
right?
we could wait for our white source.
Yeah, it doesn't. No stress.
Yeah, if we were playing, oh, even if we were playing Weaver Blossoms, we could still wait for the white source.
Yeah, we could. Ah, okay. So
Okay.
I'm more comfortable eating removal. This feels great.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
This is great. Yeah. I'd attack here again
Yeah.
because we're happy to trade.
Yeah. Let's see what they do. Oh,
Yeah.
why didn't they
Alright.
attack though? If they're not, that was 1 damage. They
Yeah,
could've-
that's one thing. Yeah, exactly. That's one thing too. He should have attacked if he planned on not blocking.
Exactly.
There was no reason not to. And right now it looks like he has one color.
So do we let go of the planes here? Oh, he's not even.
Okay, so say that he did, right?
Yeah.
Say that he did do that.
Yeah.
That is a discussion to have because it's hard to say. Because we would have definitely had to think about it for a minute.
Yeah. And we can't cleave.
Here, maybe I do Visionary to see what we hit, like hit ourselves with that.
Sure. Sure.
Otherwise, it's gonna trade with a 2/2 that doesn't do anything.
Fine.
Okay, good. We can play that.
Yeah. Super fine.
And then probably play the planes. And then, like, if you attack, he has to triple block it. We could kill both the Recluse and the Gold. Or I guess he just double blocks, right? Yeah.
And
or-
I mean, double blocking is 2 for 1, isn't it?
Yeah,
isn't that-
it is 2 for 1. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. Next
then
turn,
we-
if we get another mana, we could hold up Fierce Retribution. But I think we're okay with doing this because I mean we still have a 4/3 that he has to deal with. And
So
I think this is fine.
attacking
I'd
or
attack.
okay.
Yeah, I think attack's fine.
Yeah.
Because we're okay
mean-
with we're still okay with trading because we still have a better board.
I just
just
love
beat it.
attacking, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
How many cards do we have in the graveyard right now?
2.
2. Okay, and it costs 3 for Wolf Rider.
It does.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So Wolf Rider, there's no point in attacking with Wolf Rider
No,
because it's not gonna. It could just die.
Yeah.
So I would go ahead and attack with both your Mariner and your Berserker while we still can. That
Yeah,
113 is gonna be annoying to
Yeah,
deal
it
with.
is. It will be.
He has to block this. Like, he has to block.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that
So
kills both
that's-
those things.
Yeah, it does.
That's okay. See, that's a bad block for him, right? He's
Yes.
blocking with a creature that's a 4/3 that can't block whenever he attacks us. Instead of blocking the 4/4 that can flip to a 6/3 that can't be blocked, or a 6/4 that
Exactly.
can't be blocked.
That's right.
In fact,
Yeah.
I'm even considering that we don't even play anything.
Oh.
that way- Mariner flips,
Yeah, that's
and the
a good
next
play.
turn he can't block it.
Should
Yeah,
we?
so I would just end turn here. We can do that on his turn. So
Oh,
let's
that's
just
right.
wait.
That's right. That's a great
Yeah.
play. That's a great play. So
Yeah,
this
because
is
now
also
he can't cast 2 spells. Yeah. So now we do that.
Yeah.
Make a token.
You saw the out there. You saw a situation that was better for us.
And saying that, like knowing that what your cards do is very important.
Yeah.
For that exact reason. Yeah. I just attack with everything.
Everything? Yeah.
Yeah, because like if say he has removal for Raider.
Yeah.
I mean then he just block one of them, I guess.
Well,
Because that one has 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
he did
he's
not
dead.
have an out. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So if he did have the thing to kill our big guy, he could block the wolf, but it wouldn't die, and then he'd take 1 damage from Wolf Rider, and then that's just
Right.
1 more damage we're getting in.
And if
And
he
then we
would have
can, like,
removed
dump
the
our
Raider,
hand.
yeah, we would have dumped these 2.
Yeah.
And we would
It
go
looks like
wide.
he's playing mono black. All he did was play black spells.
Yeah, I did.
I thought maybe he was missing a color, but he wasn't. And that's a case where he had removal. He just used it on a little wolf. That was a 1/1.
So he did
And
not ration his removal.
Our
Yeah.
our 2/3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what, like, we were lucky that we got early creatures on the board, so we could stress
Yeah,
our
we could
opponent
be
into
aggressive.
wasting their kill spells.
Yeah,
Yeah, perfect. That was a good matchup for us against
yeah, yeah.
stressed
And
out.
seeing that all we had to do was flip our creature over and
Yeah,
he wouldn't be able to block it.
yeah,
That was good.
yeah. That was all you to see that the best place to sit on our hands and flip it. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, dang. Why couldn't we have a green source? See, these are the hardest ones. These are the hardest ones. Because if belligerent guest was a pedal that like the 2/1 first strike when it attacks, I consider keeping this.
right. No, let's
But
have something else than one playable.
yeah, yeah, I think so too. Wow. Okay, well we're gonna ditch a wolf strike.
Agree. Agree. Yeah,
um, hopefully we draw some more. See, I hate going to 5. I mean, we have all 3 of our colors here, which is great.
yeah,
We have turn 1 play,
yeah,
but we do need more action.
yeah. If this is another
Creatures.
all lands, we are done for.
Yes. Yep. We need creatures for sure.
But we are giving ourselves outs here.
Another land. Yep.
So that was 5%. Now it's just another 95% for their life total.
Yep. Oh man. All right. That fierce retribution.
That would suck.
Gonna use it on our 1/2.
We'll see. Forest or mountain? We going probably mountain?
Yeah, I guess so.
Ah. And it doesn't
And what's
even go
unfortunate is that we can't make it into night because we don't
can't.
have anything that would trigger day
day
night
bound.
yet.
Nothing day bound, right?
Yeah.
But we're ramping slowly into, we'll ramp into 5. So whatever we have almost will be playable when we draw it.
Yes. Yep, that's true.
And they are sitting at 8 cards.
Yeah. And the fact they haven't thrown down another land yet makes me think that they might be missing a 3rd land. Or they just have so many options they can't choose which one they want to
Exactly. Pin, jockey, silver. Okay.
do. Oh, actually, if they play something with Daybound, then we could also make it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. I really hope our opponent is not disconnected here. That would suck.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
They might be. Or they just can't play anything. Yeah, I'd probably play the planes here. I feel like they do have Retribution in hand.
Yeah.
Or another pump spell.
Yeah. There's a
They
that's
wanted
that's
to.
the word for it. The stick. We're seeing a stick. That small hesitation. Yeah. I didn't know how to use that word in the right situation, but yeah, we're seeing a stick in response to us going into attack.
Yeah.
Belligerent. Do I?
I think
blast?
we do get rid of it just so that we can keep pinging things in. And if we get a big creature, we're gonna want to play it anyways.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be hard for us to deal with a 3/2.
Yeah, it
With
is.
our 1/2.
Or lands.
Oh my gosh.
Lands for days.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're dealing with. If they play something with 1 toughness, we have an answer.
Yeah. That's right.
And we have our first thing in our graveyard.
Yep.
Okay, almost. Almost. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding me?
On. Hey, we do have menace. I mean, if we're okay with taking 4, we can still attack.
I could 2 for 1 myself. Like when we're blocking
Oh
the
yeah, like
bash.
whenever. Yeah,
But-
that's true too.
But they could
But
give it indestructible.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he would have to. Yeah, because that's something they do before blockers are declared.
So we'll.
Yeah, I think we're okay with attacking. Oh boy, come on. We don't need more lands. Oh,
This
there's their
is
black source.
starting to feel really bad. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
They could just do nothing, sitting on their hands, attack in 5 turns, and that would be right. So this is when we know that they've given it in this. Okay, so they do. Okay.
Yeah, because the trigger goes on the stack, right? So while that trigger's on the stack, you can still play something that, like an intervention,
Yep.
destroy the target attacking creature. You can still
Oh,
play something like that.
something that
Hey, we got a
creates blood
spell.
token. This is because now we can let go of
Yeah,
the. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Perfect.
good. Because we already
Yes.
have 6 mana.
Yeah.
Oh, we can also wolf strike it with belligerent guest too.
Yes, we could. Oh right. Like immediately. Thanks, foul knavery. There we go. That was great. That was perfect. And now we wolf strike the right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Perfect. And
Awesome.
I'm gonna hold the mountain. We're gonna attack, create a blood token, let go of the. Wow, we're really trying to find our outs here and playing
Yeah,
cautiously.
yeah, we're really trying to find some action.
Yeah, we are. So I just
Wow.
attack, eat
Yeah.
retribution.
Oh man,
It's
I
fine.
hope not.
It would
I
be
hope they
bad,
don't
but
have
we're
it.
all for it.
Getting a blood token would be very nice.
It would be. Come on. Don't.
Dang.
There we are.
Yeah,
Okay.
another one.
They had another one. So I think I'm gonna hold up the lance even.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I mean, we're not gonna. It's unlikely we're gonna double spell anything.
6 mana is plenty, I've heard.
Yeah. If we get another land, then I'd probably play one of them just
Yep.
to.
It's so stressful to flood. But
Yeah,
at least
but
it
yeah,
looks.
this kind of sucks.
Okay,
Okay,
so
we got something we can play.
uh, okay, so no bleed dry in response to a Weaver. That's something.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, they're flooding hard. Okay, so they're at
Yeah,
8.
they're flooding as well.
Yeah, they are.
They were mana screwed, and now they're flooding. It
Yeah.
seems. But I don't know what's in their hand because they didn't play anything for the longest time.
Judge, right?
Oh, that's good. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'd play Judge, and then I'd probably Wolf Strike too.
That's awesome.
That way we don't have to sack anything. Now we have something that we can start doing.
Yes.
That's
do.
good.
It is.
We're able to cast 2 spells.
And they don't know what we're holding because they've seen a lot of sticks. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, that's true.
gonna try to give them a bit. I don't know if it works like this, that you go into full control and
Yeah, some people that works with, some people it doesn't. Because like, if you have a blood token out and you have 1 mana and you have a card in hand, it's always going to stick, even if you
Yes.
had no other tricks.
right.
So some people read into that, some people don't. It just really depends.
Okay,
Okay, now we really need a white source.
we do. But a drawn out game and a faithful judge is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. 1 more mana and you're. How will they get us in 3 turns? We just need to find any kind of fixing.
Yep.
And now they are top decking, so that's okay.
Yes. Yeah. Same.
What are they looking for here? Blue.
What?
Yeah,
That's weird.
that is.
That's really weird.
And we can even attack into them with
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And I would too.
oh, nice. Please block. And we're even gonna pump it. Doesn't matter.
But yeah, we'll pump it. Yeah, we'll pump it even if they don't block. Yep.
But we can do it once, right? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can only do it once a turn. But yeah, I would go and play that. Really need our sundown or another plains.
Oh, and now they can attack with both and train the... Okay. Let's see here. Let's...
So I think I'd probably still attack here because they're not gonna block. We
Right.
can play Weaver Blossoms.
After pumping the Snarling Wolf.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But this was Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, this was a good draw.
Yeah, it was.
Either this or Plains is what we were wanting.
Yeah, this works. And we're not gonna attack with a
But yeah,
werewolf.
it's a 3/4 too. I didn't even think about it being night, so that's great.
Right. Yeah, it is. I'm okay not blocking these with
Yes.
the werewolf.
Yeah. This. Okay. I mean, now we have full information, so we could still block, but they're not going to.
So they
attack.
would have tricked me if they attacked with open mana. I would not have the confidence.
Yeah,
to...
you would have been not blocked. Yeah, and that makes sense. Like that's something that they should have considered.
Yeah.
But.
And now we're
Yeah,
gonna
this is
play
great.
defense.
Yes. Yep. No reason for us to attack here.
And I'm not even gonna play my second spell, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need to.
No.
We have a thing that we can
Oh.
pump to a 3/3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oof. So we need to survive three of our turns.
Yes.
Do they have enchantment hate? Can they?
Maybe like a blue could bounce something.
Probably could.
Trying to think white. Trying to think of what white has. Because
Well-
there's not like disenchant.
I think I found the rare card, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's see what they do. I would attack with both. Pump the blade
Yeah.
if I
And then
was
we could-
desperate.
Which one? If they attacked with both, which one would you block?
I think this one would transform if something dies. No, oh, I would get the blade while it's still in range, I think.
I would block the Ragged Recluse.
Okay.
Because what the blade does
Yeah.
is whenever the blade dies, it gets to put its counters on another creature.
Right.
So then the Recluse would be too big for us to not trade with.
That's a good point. Do I attack with both?
I don't think so. I think I play Visionary here and probably
And-
pass, right?
Wow, that's like we don't even need
Like,
to get your
Because
life
yeah,
total.
because we don't need to attack.
Oh,
And if they have a combat trick in hand, that might really mess us up.
yeah, that's right. So we're
And
gonna
we don't
just
need to.
wow.
Yeah, we could just wait a few turns.
Oof. Brutal.
And next turn we could we'll take Visionary. We could activate it just
We
to
could.
see if we
Yeah.
hit anything.
Because we're gonna play whenever we draw, we will be able to play.
Yeah.
Oof, this is the most. I would be so salty if I played Pin Jockey and our opponent did a Sinner's Judgment and just sat back with a board state. That's
Yeah.
wow. I'm sorry, opponent, but this is the way. You need to die.
See, I think this is a desperate attack.
Yeah. So now do I defend with the Snarling Wolf on the Recluse?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we just take the other two.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. They're thinking about it.
Yeah.
They hope for something better. It's indestructible.
And just
there's-
okay. Yeah, so you just do that and
Nothing dies.
die.
Land, sure. And this will be our first spell, right?
Yeah, so we're not flipping. Oh, they cast 2 spells. So
Oh, right.
it already flipped back over,
Okay.
but that's okay.
That's okay.
Now we just pass.
Yeah, we do. We just need to untap and win. So this...
Yep.
Yeah. This will be my first win with that win condition.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Have you won with the judgment?
I want to say I did once. Or
Okay.
like I was about to and they conceded because
Right.
of it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Pin Jockey is actually a good sport with not conceding instantly.
Yeah.
Wow. And also the Werewolf Judge, the name of the deck that we decided on, it totally works.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though, does it?
I don't think so. What is he getting? All right, 1, 2. He got. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not gonna do anything.
No, it's not. When I played overly aggressively, I died to the Blood Crazed Socialite because it's got menace and you can pump it with a blood
Oh
token.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's
that
very
was
good.
just terrible. Now they're tapped out. Recluse transforms. What?
End of turn.
Right. Well, at least they're not roping, right? They have 4 um, timers.
Yeah.
Wow, this was nice. This was
Yeah, this was a good game. It lasted a long time, but it
did
was a good game.
it was, and we both flooded, and now they're sitting at
Yep.
11 lands. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot. There we go.
You would also be at 11 if you kept playing lands.
Sure, that's true. That's true. So symmetric flood.
Yeah.
Gary, such a
Awesome.
beast. You have helped me draft. Nice. Uh, really nice. And we are 4 wins and 2 losses in a premier draft this late in the season. And as you said earlier, like we're down 100 gems, but we have 3 draft packs and we'll get 3 ordinary like arena packs. So we're totally,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So this is whenever I'm drafting, if I hit 4 wins, I'm all right
yeah,
because you almost get all your gems back plus everything that you drafted and the
exactly.
packs. And then your second to third win is probably your biggest difference because getting to 1,000 gems
Yeah,
from like 250, I think it is.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is. That's
that's a
huge.
big difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you've given me a lot of, how do you say, you've shown me what happens when you draft the hard way, and that you're just, there's so much better cards available to you that are just better for a longer time.
Mm.
So wow. I'm up for, oh, I see that we're, from my time, we're half past 10, so I kind of need to wrap it up today.
Okay. All right. No
But
worries.
I mean, I think yeah, you totally showcased the hard way of drafting and the benefits of hard way of drafting. Yeah. And secondly, what happens when you're always trying to find the best path to victory, not always attacking with the stuff, but thinking, what will I gain? There were several times when I wanted to like recklessly attack into something, but we just had a better outcome when we held back.
Yes. Yeah. And that sometimes that's hard to see too. I mean, that's why it's good to get outlooks of other people that have
Yeah,
drafted for a long time. Just because I could see that we weren't winning the race, especially since they had more creatures and they had more health too.
yeah. Right, because you considered those things. You didn't just get fixed on an idea to attack, but thinking
Mm.
wider.
Yeah.
How long have you been drafting?
Okay, so I really started to enjoy drafting about 10 years ago whenever like my first draft I did, I had no idea what I was doing. I went into a set that I knew very little about,
Right,
and I was confused by how things worked. I'm like, okay, so we take a card, pass it, and then you
right.
make a deck.
Yeah,
And that deck was okay. It wasn't that great because I was a very inexperienced drafter at that time.
right.
And then I played Magic for quite a bit while after that, and then I took a break for a long time. Not until recently, whenever Arena, even after Arena came out, I
Yeah,
didn't start playing Arena until I don't know, maybe about a year and a half, 2 years ago, year and a half maybe.
yeah.
And then I started drafting a whole bunch because that was my favorite thing to do. And then I started to get more into that.
Do you have any like advice for the stream or for me as a player to evolve both with drafting, navigating the draft, constructing the deck, or piloting the deck? What are there any articles to go for, or just
I mean, a lot of the articles that the professionals have come out with, like
yeah,
Reed Duke, LSV,
yeah,
Lewis Scott, or I guess,
yeah,
anybody like that. I mean, they're always really good. Limited Resources, as you know, is a very good resource as
it is.
well. They
Yes,
have a podcast and such that they talk about everything too.
right. They even highlights.
Anything
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, anything like that, I definitely look into if you're wanting to learn more about drafting in depth, even more than anything that we've discussed today.
right,
There's a lot of things to go over. I mean, my biggest advice really is about knowing the cards and what they do. Like for instance, that one game we had earlier with the 4/4 Mariner, that if we just didn't do anything, then we won on our next turn because they couldn't block it.
right. And you knew that
Um,
because you had
yeah,
played with the card and read it, so you knew that was the best way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And we didn't need to do anything that turned to progress our board. But yeah,
you
I mean,
didn't.
just knowing what all the cards on the board are doing and how they interact with what you're about to do is important as well.
Right,
Like the harvester, um, the 2/2 that whenever a creature dies, it flips over to a 4/3 with lifelink.
right. That one.
It's important to know that too. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you and me today, we drafted the hard way, and I'm getting really interested in hearing you navigate the draft and just listen to your considerations. Where are we going here? With your knowledge of the set or your knowledge about drafting in general, that would be really interesting just to improve by looking at an experienced player when they're talking about their picks.
Mhm. And I mean, I have a lot of um trophy drafts up
Right,
on my YouTube too. That
right,
whenever I did those were all from live streams that I did.
right.
And whenever I draft, I openly, even if there's nobody watching the draft or anything,
Mm,
like in my live stream, I still go over and talk out loud like the picks and everything and what I'm thinking as I do all those picks.
nice. Thank you for joining me today, Gary. Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I enjoyed being here. Hopefully we'll do this again another time.
I hope so.